Everyone, welcome back to part 3 of Ender IO. Okay, today we're going to continue on where we left off with the zombie Franken zombie. And to make this, you need a Z-Logic controller, a soul vial of a zombie, and a soul binder, plus 100,000 RF and enchantment of 10. Next item up on the list is the Ender Resonator, and it's an Enderman head. And it has to be the Enderman head from Ender IO. Iron Axe shares in Slice and Splice, Solarium, 2 pieces of Solarium, 2 Silicon, and a Vibrant Ally plus 20,000 RF. Gives you an Enderman head. Now we're getting onto the good stuff, the cabling. Right here we have the redstone circuit, or conduit, and what the redstone conduit does is actually acts like redstone itself. You can put a torch at one end, and you can run it like you can redstone, but you can use it more like a wiring, so you can go up the walls and stuff like that with it. And you got a redstone conduit is 3 redstone alloys, and to make the redstone alloy, you need a alloy smelter, which is just redstone and silicone, which we'll get into more further on down. A conduit switch is actually what switches it on, switches it off, the redstone circuit. So you attach the redstone circuit to the conduit switch, and you turn it on, turn it off, like so. And a conduit switch is 4 levers in the corners, a piece of redstone conduit in the middle, and circuit binders on the outside, which makes you one conduit switch. Next up on the list is insulated redstone, and all the insulated redstone is it holds more. I mean, it doesn't lose or degrade. And to make this is you need conduit binder, and then obviously the redstone alloy. So you just take the redstone alloy, a redstone circuit, or conduit recipe, and insulate it with conduit binder. And it's becoming nighttime. Next up is the very first on the power conduit, the energy conduit. And this, compared to the other one, puts out 640 RF per tick. And to make this, you need conductive iron, which I'll show later, and conduit binder gives you 8 energy conduits. I usually just skip this, and go to this, because usually this is easier to make. It can be easy to make, but if I have to, I'll use the enhanced one, because the enhanced isn't that bad either. And it's, again, conduit binder and energetic alloy, which gives you a 5,120 RF per tick output, which is pretty good. And then the last one is the highest rating, which is the Ender energy conduit. You need a vibrant alloy. Used to be nuggets, now it's ingots, but that's okay. And it outputs 20,480 RF per tick, which is the best you can do. Which is usually what, if you get machines in this with the highest capacitor, you'd want this energy conduit. Next up on the list is the fluid duct, and this is where you get all the liquid coming through. So you need quite clear glass. Again, you can use this with a chisel, or you can smelt it in this alloy smelter, and a conduit binder gives you 8 fluid duct. Next one is the pressurized fluid duct, and the difference between the pressurized and non-pressurized is non-pressurized is 50 millibuckets per tick, and the max is 200 per tick, and the fluid conduit is 100 and 400. And you use fused quartz compared to the other glass, and conduit binder again makes 8. Next up is the Ender fluid conduit, so this would be the 3rd tier, like the power, and this needs fused quartz and a vibrant alloy and conduit binder. And this one, it gives you 200 max extract is 200 millibuckets per second, and max IO is 800 millibuckets per second, and allow multiple fluids to be transported at the same time, which is kind of cool. So you can add like water and whatnot. Here's the item conduit in Ender IO. The item conduit is pulsating iron nuggets and conduit binder, and this is just like any item conduit. It lets items go through. But what you can do, let's see if we get a chest, is you can actually set it up. There's a GUI system. I can set this up properly. Come on, fine, I'll get up here. I'll just set the chest this way. As you can see down below, whatever side, you can do it, and you can go in here, and this is, you'll be able to put in upgrades. And if you want to extract, obviously automatically extract stuff out of the chest. You want to turn off the redstone signal. You can insert items. You can tell how much you want to insert at a time, and you can disable it, and you can move in and out, which means you can take things in and you can take things out, and insert and extract by hitting that button, and then that's all you got. So that's kind of cool. You can use it to like chest things around and just like normal item conduits. So next item on the list is the first upgrade. It's the basic item filter. It's just 4 pieces of paper and a hopper in the middle. And what this does is it upgrades items for conduits. So what you do is you take one of these. Let's take it from here, and then you just attach it to. We'll just attach some. Destroy the chest. I don't have the wrench on hand. Why is this doing this like so? You want to be particular. There we go. I think I disabled it. So what you do is you click on that and you put this in here. This will bring up this little section. This is just basic. You can whitelist items or blacklist items through here, or match the metadata. So if you want a bone meal to go through, you put the bone meal in. If you don't want bone meal to go through, you blacklist it or whitelist it. I forget which the two terms are, but that's that. And if you set this up with this, so right now it's configured to hold, I think, bone meal. What you do is you would put this in my inventory. You would put it in your crafting inventory, like so, and it deletes it. And this will clear storage filter, so there's nothing in it. So you can use it for another item, Doctor System. Here's the advanced version, the upgraded version, and the upgrade for item conduits, the advanced filter, and it's 4 redstone in the corner, paper still, but a Z logic controller in the center, which will place the hopper. And this can get more into it. You can disable things with OR dictionary, and you can also just whitelist stuff still. So it gets a little more complex. Next item up is the existing item filter. So what this does is selects only items already in the inventory. Right-click while sneaking on an inventory to add the contents into the snapshot. Ironically, they use the word snapshot. And the recipe for this is an advanced item filter, 3 redstone, and then a redstone comparator. Okay. I don't know, as it explains it, so yeah. Next item up is the mod item filter. It selects only items for a specific mod. The recipe for this is a Yeta wrench, which I'll discuss later, and paper. Okay. I believe I went this way, back to front. Yes, I did. And we're now over here to the chargeable item filter. And what this does is it charges chargeable items based on how much RF. It filters out the items. So if you have a wand of traveling, and a lot of them, it'll filter, and you want to filter out the dead ones into a charging station, you'll filter out the dead ones and let the full ones pass by. And the recipe for this is a conduit probe and paper. Next item up on the list is the item conduit speed upgrade. Obviously what this does is speeds up the items per extraction. Max upgrades 15 by 4. So you can do the math. You need electric steel in the pant form, which is 7 pieces of electric steel, a piston, and a redstone torch. Not that expensive for a speed upgrade. Next item up is a item conduit speed downgrade. I don't know why you would need a downgrade, but maybe you want something to trickle in and trickle out. And you need iron ingots for this one and electric steel at the bottom. So electric steel boots, iron ingots at the top, a ball of slime. Since I have Tinker still installed, it also accepts the Tinker's items and a stick. And it downgrades, reduces the speed to 1 item per tick. I want to make sure that this isn't just, and no, it's all electric. Nope, iron ingots at the top and electric steel for the boots. Okay, not all 7. I was wrong. The basic capacitor. This is just what you need to build stuff. It's mostly built into items. And the recipe for this is redstone, iron nuggets surrounding a copper ingot. And I believe you get copper in this game. I believe copper is an item in here. I wonder if I turn off copper. I think you can get. I think Ender IO gives out copper. I don't know. It might not. So I wouldn't know how to do this if you didn't have Ender IO, another item installed that uses copper. I'll have to look that up. And actually, I think I'm gonna look it up right now. I'll be right back. I want to make sure how it's done without copper excuse me, one second. Yeah, and what it was, and I went and looked it up. You're gonna have to have, from the best of my knowledge from the wikis, you're gonna need another mod that has copper in it. And usually when Enter IO is within a mod pack, it's gonna have other copper in it. Since Tinker's is installed in here, still you'll get copper from Tinker's. So usually there'll be other companion mods with it, but yeah, I don't understand. There's no other way of doing it, but maybe that's just because they really never thought about it that way. But maybe they do plan on adding it in later, or switching out to an alloy, maybe a cheap alloy that they can make. I mean, there's ways of making it, especially with the alloy furnace. So to make a double layer capacitor, you need 2 basic capacitors, recipes previously, an energetic alloy, a coal powder, and another energetic alloy. The coal powder is just processing coal down into through the sag mill. And what this does, increases energy storage and speed range of machines. So this is the second tier of the capacitors. The last tier is the octactic. I'm not going to probably say it right. The octactic capacitor. To make this, you need 2 double layers. So in all, you're going to need 4 basics, and then turn those into 2, and then 2 vibrant alloys and a glowstone block. And this is the highest tier, and it does the same thing, speed and range. Next item up on the list is the machine chassis, and it is iron bars in the corners, iron ingots surrounding a basic capacitor. So yes, basic capacitors are going to be needed for a lot of different things. We have the stone gear, the basic stone gear, and it's sticks in the corner and cobblestone in the center. And sticks in the center and cobblestone. I don't know why I got 2 different recipes. It's exactly the same recipe. Next up, we have the silicon ball. And to make this, you either place clay in a sag mill, and you'll get 2 clay balls out, and an 80% chance of getting silicon. You put in redstone, and you get 80% chance of getting silicon. You get 50% with sand, both red and normal sand. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This will be the end of this. We'll end off here and working on to the next item. And I will see you next time. Have a good day. See you later. Bye-bye.